So I'm going to show you how to make this really easy goddess pendant. You can also make earrings that look like the goddess. So what I'm going to use is 20 gauge wire, and I have a piece here that I cut that's about 16 to 20 inches long, depends on how big you want to make it. And you're going to start with the head, so we're going to take our round pliers and just bend around like that to make a sort of a head shape. And if I was making earrings, often what I do is put two pieces of wire beside each other and twist the shape at the same time so they're actually the exact same size. But right now I'm just going to do the pendant. So then we're going to bend the wires up with another smaller round pliers like that. So there's the beginning of the shape, and you can do the arms any kind of which way you want. I'm going to make them not too long this time. The first time I made them a little longer. This time I'm going to make it a little more stylized so that when we hang it, we can actually hang the jump ring onto the head. If the arms are too long, it could actually get in the way. So we're just going to do it very simple like that. So those are the arms. And then I always do like two little round circles to represent the breasts. And that's, optional because they're kind of going to get covered with beads anyways, but I think it's fun to do that. And it gives the piece a little bit of structure. So we're going to do just two little simple round circles like that. Okay, and we're not necessarily going to do any, you could go straight down like that. If you want, you could do a kind of a shape for the hips. So if you're going to do a hip shape, you would just bend the wire out like that and then bend it back down. And like I said, this is kind of optional because it's going to be covered with beads anyways. So whatever shape you do, it really doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so if we got something like that, and then we're going to decide on how long we want it. I'm not going to do it too long this time, so I'm going to just hold it where I want the bottom to be and bend one wire out at a right angle. And then the second wire, I'm actually going to twist around just to kind of make my basic shape. So there it is, the bottom like that. And then one of the wires I'm going to push up, and at this point I'm going to put some beads on there. And you can wiggle around with the shape. And for the beads, I'll start with a smallish bead, like a kind of a seed bead size. And then you can work your way up with sizes. Maybe do another slightly larger, maybe 4mm bead, and then another one. And you could interspace it with some little metal spacer beads as well. And I'm just checking the size because when I get to the stomach area, I want to put like a larger round bead, and because this one is shorter, I'm going to put less beads. So when I get to the stomach area, because it's sort of a fertility goddess, I'm going to put like a larger 8mm bead there. And like I said, the beads are, it's very flexible what kind of beads you use. And then I'll try like a 6mm bead, which is nice, but it looks a little bit long, but that's okay. We can kind of wiggle it around a bit so it fits like that. And then the idea is to bend it once around the neck to hold it in place. And you could even bend it around a couple of times. Okay, so there you have your basic structure for the goddess like that. And at that point, I'm going to take this wire from the bottom and just twist it around. And pretty well twist it around every bead And what it does, it makes it look kind of cool, and it gives it more solidity and structure. Okay, so that was the first one that I bent around. And then I want to make like a couple of little spirals to make it look a little more decorative. So this one I would cut to about an inch and a half, inch and a quarter. And then I'm going to take my small round pliers and I'm going to do a little spiral. So I'll put the spiral going towards the bottom. So basically for the spiral, you start by doing like a loop like that. And then I put the pliers back in and continue to twist it for like a full circle. And then at that point you could either get your pliers or just with your fingers twist it around. Okay, so there's a first spiral like that. And then for the top one, we're going to bend it down around the first bead, and then I want this one to spiral around the belly. So same thing, if the wire's a little too long, clip it a bit to about inch and a quarter, inch and a half. And this spiral, I'll just start it with the round pliers. Go kind of a complete turn so you actually have something to hang on to. And then you can just go like that with your fingers or the pliers if you need. And then you're just going to kind of wiggle it into shape like that. And there you have your finished goddess pendant or earrings.